If you can't be happy alone, you can't be happy in a relationship or married, okay? You cannot fix this by finding yourself a partner. And the reason why I'm going to dive into this topic is because I get a lot of comments, especially from female haters, going, hey, you're the top pickup artist, huh? You're one of the best, huh? If you're so good, mister, how come you're not married yet? Why are all you idiots listening to him? He's not even married. Dude's not even married, right? Or I even get some guys who actually support my work, like, I just want you to be happy. Just get married so you can be happy. And it's like, dude, okay, so let's answer that real quick. Getting into a relationship, especially a long-term relationship, especially a marriage, is not going to make you happy, okay? You have to be happy already. Just like if you're alone now or feeling alone, getting into a relationship is not going to all of a sudden relieve you of your loneliness, okay? These are things that you need to fix before you actually get into a relationship. So let me address that first, okay? You need to fix these things. You don't find that in a relationship, you find that within yourself. So you need to fix that within you first. And secondly, the thing I have to say about marriage is I don't have anything against marriage. I'm just going to open these curtains a little bit wider. I don't have anything against marriage. The thing about marriage is it's actually very easy to get married. I've had plenty of an opportunity to get married before to very attractive women, very hot women. Basically what I got into the game for. I had those opportunities come along and I didn't pull the trigger on them. And you know what? I don't regret it either, because I feel like throughout my own life I've always trusted my gut, and there were other things in life I wanted to do, wanted to accomplish, and wanted to take risks on that I didn't want to drag anybody else down on. So it's been very easy for me to take all these gambles in life, because if I hurt anybody, I'm really just hurting myself, right? Like building businesses, leaving my corporate job, getting fired from certain jobs. I didn't care, right? I never cared. I was just kind of living by the seat of my pants. I was just kind of happy-go-lucky. That's how I live my life. I still live my life that way, because I'm not going to really hurt anybody but me, right? Doesn't mean I have anything against marriage in the future, because now I'm more financially stable. So now kind of would be a better time for me, like if I were to consider that, yeah, I would consider that. But it's not like those options haven't been there. I mean, if you think like a guy who doesn't go out 24/7, has dated over 350 beautiful women, has not had a number of wedding proposals or opportunities, then you're delusional. Right? A lot of these girls too have like blatantly asked me, like, hey, would you want to get married if somebody posed a question to you? And I would just stop them before they even go there and be like, yeah, let's not even have that discussion right now. Let's just play things out. Let's just live our lives. We're having a great time together. Let's continue to do that. And then, we'll see where the future goes. That's kind of how I live. I live by the seat of my pants. I don't live in scarcity, because usually marriage is, unfortunately, with too many people, it's a decision they make out of scarcity. They feel like they're never going to meet somebody like this ever again, and then they just pick that partner out of scarcity versus abundance. And you know what? It's mostly guys who do this. It's not even women who do this. It's mostly guys. They jump the shark, so to speak, and then they try to get married because they feel like they're not fulfilled, or their lives aren't fulfilled yet. And really, that just boils back to you of not having found your path and purpose yet. Not finding what you should be grinding on, And for guys who've actually found that, including myself, fortunately, you feel like you have a greater purpose to serve almost. You just feel like this instinctual need to do this thing, build this thing, keep creating this thing, growing this thing, expanding this thing. You feel like it's your duty to do it. And getting tied down in a relationship, especially a marriage, is just, even though you have the option to do it, you have plenty of option to do it, you're not pulling the trigger, right? I mean, some of the girls I'm dating these days, I would have cut my arm off for back in the day. And I would have killed to make these girls my girlfriend. And a lot of these girls back then that were also very hot, I did make my girlfriend. And that was the direction I was heading in. That, hey, want to get married, man. Seal this up. But then you kind of grow and you mature, and then you find what you're here to do. And then it doesn't become such a focal point in your life. Now it's more about you serving or fulfilling your purpose and what you're here to do versus like jumping into some very, very long LTR, like some really, really serious relationship. Usually the people who say stuff like that, and I don't fault them for it, but it's more or less because they don't really have a lot going on in their own lives. It's like once you do, and once, again, you find your grind, you find your path and purpose, everything becomes secondary. There are a number of beautiful women in my life now, from the past, and ones that I'm continuing to meet present day and in the future, because I constantly go out, I constantly do game, I constantly do pickup, I constantly take students out, I continue to meet these girls. I mean, if I want to get married, I could get married dozens and dozens and dozens of times, right? There's dozens of opportunities out there. I mean, obviously that's not legal, but I'm just saying if I wanted to, I have dozens and dozens and dozens of options if I wanted to get married. And you know what? They're all pretty cool chicks. I mean, I have like a flurry of options, and I'm grateful for them. But at the same time, I put in the work. I approached these girls. I cold approached them. I did what I needed to do. That's what I teach students to do, by the way. A lot of students who come to me, they're not looking to become professional pickup artists. They're just looking to get good with the opposite sex. They're looking to get good with women. They want to get that one girl in their life. And I teach guys the way to get that one girl is to get good with women, period, right? And that way you won't be socially awkward, and when you get into a relationship with that badass chick that you've been wanting this whole time, you're not going to screw it up. You're not going to goof it up where she dumps you thinking that you're a chump for the rest of her life. Instead, you're going to be holding the power in that relationship. You're going to be the man. You're going to be the one who has the option to whether or not you want to get married versus you just like begging her to marry you. Right, so usually people, unfortunately, who get into these LTRs and marriages, they're doing it from a place of scarcity versus a place of abundance. Because getting married is actually very, very easy. I've said this a number of times on my channel, in my dating programs. Getting married is not hard at all. Most girls want to get married. Most girls want to just settle down. And a lot of times, they don't even really care who it is. They just want somebody to settle down with, somebody that they're kind of attracted to, kind of cool, treats them right. They'll marry that dude. Right? They're just looking to close up the chapter in their lives. And it's like, that's not for everybody. But usually it's girls who want to they're just so ready to get married. Martin Lawrence had a great joke about that. He said, like, we don't ask girls to marry us, we surrender, right? We surrender. It's like, all right, I'll marry you. Okay, just tell me what time to be there. I'll come the night before. Just tell me the night before, I'll make sure I'm there. So yeah, it's like when it comes to marriage, it's something that mostly girls want. It's not really something that guys pursue. But for some guys, they want to have a family, they want to do that, they want to have that family life, and you know what? If that's what you want to do, then go ahead and do that. But just make sure you're doing it from a place of abundance versus a place of scarcity. Because if you're just doing it because you're not happy with yourself and you haven't conquered your own loneliness yet, you're not going to do that in relationship. And it's even going to be worse in your relationship, because if you're feeling alone now and you carry that baggage into your LTR or into your marriage, God forbid, anytime she disappears and she has to go to, like, say a work function, or she just goes and spends time with family, or she just goes off jogging and doing her own thing, or goes to the gym, you're going to be paranoid every time she leaves. Like, oh my God, I feel so alone without you. Oh, where are you? She's going to become like your whoopee, right? When you're a kid, you have that blanket, you're like a whoopee. Oh, I don't let my go with my whoopee. Nobody take my whoopee. She's going to be your whoopee. You don't want that. You want to be able to be a self-reliant, self-sufficient, self-standing man without the need really for anybody. And it's like anybody you bring into your life, it's just a nice side effect of you being on your grind. It's just a nice side effect of you being in abundance, right? It's not something you're doing out of scarcity. It's always funny to me when people are like, oh, he's not even married yet. Oh, you should get married so you could be happy. And it's like, dude, you don't get married so you could be happy. You should be happy already. And then this person is just makes you even happier. You don't get married because you're trying to go into this relationship looking to take, right? You don't get into any relationship looking to take. You get into relationships looking to give. So that's another thing that when I get into relationships with these girls, that's why I always hold the value. I always have the power to walk away, and it's them being paranoid of me leaving because they know I have the value and I know I have the value because when I get into relationships with anybody, I come in giving value. I don't come in trying to take anything from the girl. Even sex, I don't come in like, oh yeah, give me sex or anything like that. I just work my game. I vomit my personality on the girl. I let her know what I'm about. I let her know the lifestyle I lead. I do it unapologetically, and then as a result of that, organically the girl becomes attracted, and then the girl's like just naturally wants to have sex with me. The girl naturally wants to be in a relationship with me. The girl naturally wants to become a part of my life. That just happens. And then throughout our relationship, she's like nervous of losing me because I have options, right? Because I constantly go out, because I constantly meet girls, because there's girls in my past who are still hitting me up. Like, hey, still single? Are you single yet? Okay, are you free to date me? Like, can we start dating again? You know, it's like you only have so much time in the day. So if you think like I can't get married at like this, it scares me how easy it is to get married. I could probably fire off texts to like the first few girls who last texted me on my phone going, hey, would you ever consider getting married to me? And I bet I would get a response right away. Like, and you know what? It wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be like, no, not you. It'd be like, really? Really? Are you serious? Where are you? I'm flying out there right now. Where are you at? What hotel? I'll be there. Are you home? I'll come to your house. You know, it's so easy to get married. It's insane. It's a decision that you don't want to make out of scarcity but abundance, right? And then the caveat to that is once you're in abundance and you have so many options, then it becomes like, okay, well, now I really want to take my time. I want to be patient with this. I want to choose the right person, which is what you should do, because the last thing you want is to marry the wrong person, which almost always happens 100% out of scarcity. You married the wrong person because you chose poorly. You chose poorly, right? This is why you only want to choose your partners out of abundance. And this is why most of my dating relationships, especially these days, last. A lot of these girls, even if I stop dating them or if I move or if they move, they continue to stay in contact with me. They, you know, it's like nothing really ever ends bad. It's just like, oh, okay, you know, maybe I'll reconnect with him later. Maybe I'll see him later. It's just like they just end up staying in your life. It's insane. Like no matter what city I'm traveling to, it seems like I always have like a girl that I've met there before that's like, hey, you know, you're in town, can we go to dinner? Let's go to dinner, let's catch up. And it's like, okay, yeah, let's go do that. If you're feeling lonely or you're feeling like unfulfilled, that's not a reason to get married or jump into any relationship with anyone. That's something that you need to fix first. Because if you don't, you're just gonna carry that into your relationship and it's not gonna help you, it's gonna hurt you. Okay, because these girls aren't gonna mommy you. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna be sympathetic towards that. They might let you lean on their shoulder, but they'll be like, as you're leaning on her shoulder, she'll be like, what a chump. I gotta get rid of this guy. Also, too, I get a lot of comments of people saying, oh, don't you want to have kids so you have somebody to take care of you when you get older? I can't believe how many times I've gotten that comment. Like, oh, you need to have kids so somebody can take care of you when you get older. And it's like, dude, just because you have kids, that's no guarantee that those kids are going to want to take care of you when they get older. A lot of these kids grow up to hate their parents and resent them. Even if they've given them everything, a lot of these kids end up being resentful. And this is why, you know, a lot of people just have animals instead. It's like the older they get, the more they appreciate you, the more they love you, the more they want to spend time with you, kiss you, like, hi, Dad, you know, whereas like once your kid becomes a teenager, they really start just going in their own direction. Even after college, like these kids just mature so late. It takes, you know, usually until they're like mid to late 20s to see if they really appreciate you for you, right? For having raised them. So yeah, having kids is no guarantee that those kids are not going to grow up to hate you or grow up to want to take care of you. So when guys ask me like, who's going to take care of you? Well, you get older, you need to have kids so they can take care of you. It's like, dude, I got money. I could hire doctors, right? I could hire the best staff to like just basically cater to me 24/7 if I wanted to. I don't need to have kids to do that, to become my slaves, right? I could hire staff. I mean, how do you think I'm running my businesses now? I hire staff. Hey, it's not a problem. That's what you do. Those are the expenses that you set aside for, you know, before you get to that age where you can't move around anymore. Why do you think I keep telling you guys you gotta like take advantage of your youth and energy as much as possible while you still can, because you ain't gonna have it forever, right? I'm not gonna have it forever. Why do you think I'm constantly grinding, constantly traveling, constantly moving around? Look at, I'm in a hotel right now. I'm actually on the top floor. Look at this amazing shot too, by the way, guys. Got a panoramic shot of the entire city. And this is actually a hotel that I remember we couldn't really afford growing up. My parents, we would have to stay at like a circus, you know, and then we pack in like me, my brothers, my sisters, my grandmothers, my parents, like all in one room, and we just like be sleeping throughout the hotel room. It was insane. But now I can afford this like really beautiful hotel. It's just me here, my dogs, my girl's down there gambling. Her luggage is over there. There's my luggage, travel pretty light. But I'm on my grind, man. You know, when you guys are like, hey, how come you never stay home? Stay home once in a while. I'm like, what's at home, dude? I gotta be on my grind. I got things to do. I've got business meetings out here. I have clients to meet. I have businesses that I'm trying to acquire. I gotta move. I mean, everything is not happening in Los Angeles alone or San Francisco alone. I have to travel. So I shoot these coaching videos when I'm on the fly, right? Because I live what I teach. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Very important you subscribe. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, YouTube doesn't like to promote my coaching videos. I wonder why, right? So I need your help, and the way you can help me is by actually subscribing to my channel, The 33 Secrets. That way you will be notified. You will be the first to know whenever I upload a awesome, high-value, fresh coaching video to my channel. You'll be the first to hear about it, okay? You'll get the notification on your cell phone, and you'll be like, oh, M just uploaded, gotta watch this. So make sure you're subscribed.